So I'm getting ready to work on Jesse here a little bit. He's on what's called a Flexion Distraction multi-purpose table. It also has drops, so I can do adjustment drops. But right now he's just in a Flexion Distraction. So what this is doing, as this goes down, it's actually stretching and pulling the low back apart here. And I come in here and reinforce that, put some pressure on the leg. I have the other hand right here, so I can really hold this back in position here. And that really helps decompress all these vertebrae in here as I'm doing this. Right, Jesse?
Yeah.
We like to do a little vibrotherapy here. We call it a vibrocussor. So what this is doing is just kind of shaking the bones and the vertebra. Everybody loves this one, by the way. I maybe have 2 people that don't like it, but most everybody just loves it. Says I can do it all day for them, or they'd like to take it home. You see with this, it's almost like I'm trying to iron out a bubble. Like I'm pushing down and going down as it goes to help decompress and loosen up that spine. And see what we're doing. If people, people say, well, I've got degenerative this, or I've got a ruptured this. Okay, well that's great. We're going to get in there and jiggle that around and get fluids moving in and out there so we can start rehealing and regenerating. So that's what we work with every day. So the drop table will have different drops here. So I'll come in and do a little bit of drop action for him. And in combination with the Flexion Distraction and the drop at the same time, you can really get some nice movements down there. One of the last things I do on him is called the Arthur Stem tool. It's a very precise tool, and at this setting here, it actually also, again, there kind of jiggles the bone a little, allows it to free up. Let me show you with the vertebra here. So you can actually see that wiggle a little bit like that right there. So, and it's not really painful. It may hurt just a little bit when you first start doing it. And that's what I really noticed with new patients. Everywhere I touch them, ow, 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 ow. But then after a few adjustments, usually a week or so, they're like, that doesn't hurt so bad. So that means the spine is healing. That means the subluxations, the inflammation is going out of the spine and it's getting healthier, which is exactly what we want. So we want to do this at this speed here. We're moving the bone, just vibrating it, and then I have another setting that is a slower speed that actually sets the bone into a new position so that we actually do an adjustment with it. Alright, let me have you sit up for me, face the wall there. So this one is going to be a specific cervical adjustment. And we use the wider fork where we come in here right underneath the occiput right here. I'm left-handed, I have to switch over to be right. So, and this is just to kind of loosen up that occiput junction in there at the bottom of the skull. It really helps with headaches, tension at the base of the skull there, blood pressure, believe it or not. And then the smaller fork, we go all the way down the spine with it here. So, I also have a lot of people that come in and say, well, I don't like my neck being twisted and popped. And with this, we don't have to do that. We can do a nice adjustment, as you see right here. Look all the way down for me. And not have to do that major pop. There are some patients that I do that on that want it, that need it. But specifically when you're a new patient and you don't have a curve in your neck, you don't need that rotation, because most of the time, if you've noticed, you don't have much rotation. And all the facets are jammed up into each other, and this really helps loosen that up. So, okay, Jesse, does that feel a little bit better?
Yes, sir.